And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Jackson. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the shooting guard position. And looking at the Nets, Griffin is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Harden, then it's Jordan, and it's Irving in a 2-guard. Jordan controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, you could pretty much say that DeAndre Jordan's going to get a lot of his points right there, trolling around the rim.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Back to Jackson. Inside. Pass to Zubac. Rebounded by the Nets. In transition, here come the Nets. Irving's got the ball. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Lots of speed and athleticism on the floor tonight, Brent. What do you think could determine the outcome?
Well, if guys are going to play fast, Kevin, and guys are going to be up in the air, it's going to come down to very solid decision-making to see who it is that separates themselves in this one.
Nets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Pass to Irving, stolen by George. One-on-one here. And the layup's good off the glass.
Guy's got some of the best hands in the league. Paul George instincts right there. Pokes that ball away.
And there's the pass to Irving. Baseline try. Unable to get that one. The Clippers go the other way with it. Leonard dishes to Jackson. That one good for 2.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Now here's Jordan. Harden outside. And the jam by Harden.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Here's George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Paul George dunk contest? He's maybe a little older, but I love to see him get up.
Irving with it. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's George. He kicks to Morris. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
Harden outside. Here's Irving. That one wide left.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Here is Harden following the score by Reggie Jackson. It's Harden with the drive. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw good from Harden.
And Harden finished second in MVP voting in 2017. Won the MVP in 2018. A multi-talented combo guard who just seems to get better every season.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And it's Brown in for Irving. Clock is at 3. Kennard kicks to Beverly. Over Brown. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Durant wide open. He fires. Steps back and drains the jump shot.
And this is one of Kevin Durant's favorite moves. Getting the defense back on its heels, then stop and pop.
To the paint, here's Batum. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Now Durant. Over in the corner, Brown. Here's Claxton. He can't get that one to fall. Nice D from Cousins. The Clippers in the lead. Passes it to Kennard. That three off the mark. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And the jam by Harden.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Some great action here early as we end the first. Naturally a ball-dominant player, James Harden talked to us about other.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal, of course.
Giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at Los Angeles. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's man in at the three.
Just feel like Patrick Beverley has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
Johnson surveying the floor. To the middle, here's Durant. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's Beverley, and he lays it straight in. Beverley's got his first points in this one.
Yeah, kind of tough on the defense when you let Beverley beat you on the inside. That can get his confidence going from the outside. So damage from the paint that time.
Back to Brown. Pass to Luwawu. Nets passing it around. Brown outside. Steps back and fires. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Well, Kevin Durant over the past couple seasons has been in the top 5 as the best mid-range shooters in the league.
Kennard finds Beverley. And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Blake Griffin comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. Harris is checked in for Bruce Brown. And it's Kyrie Irving.
Oh, look at that. It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
And a wide open look for Irving. Buries it from three-point range. Irving's got 7 points.
Dead-eye shooting from them this quarter.
Outside, George. Pass to Zubac. Morris right side. Leonard on the wing from downtown. It's hauled in by Harris. Brooklyn leading by 3. And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Now, here's George. The pass to Zubac. No good on the shot. The Nets go the other way with it. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Harris passes to Irving. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Kyrie does a great job of using the shot fake, really sells it that time, and then goes straight at contact.
So for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Bruce Brown in for Joe Harris. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Hondo's checked in.
I love how active Paul George is right now. He's sharing the ball. He's involving his teammates and stepping into this nice, comfortable leadership role here tonight.
Here's KD. And then jammed down as he goes right over Ivica Zubac.
Yeah, there's some explosiveness inside Kevin Durant. He shows it off there.
George against Brown, and it's George missing. Nets leading by 7. In the corner, Irving with it. The tray. It's hauled in by George.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Rondo, right side George. Zubac the pass to Leonard. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Leonard's got his second bucket of the game to go. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Irving dishes to KD. "11 seconds left here in the second. Back to Irving over Rondo. No good from Irving.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They were never able to get the lead above. Thanks for joining.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Griffin. Then it's Jordan. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And George, here we go. Can't connect from short range.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space, just clanked it.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Paul George does a great job changing speeds right there, and that's a huge part of his athleticism. Takes it strong to the cup and just daring a defender to come at him.
Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He's like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I tell you, Kevin, John's got a heart of gold, and anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a friend as I can ever recall having.
Irving kicks to Harden over Jackson, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And Los Angeles with some changes. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Luke Kennard in for Paul George. Outside Leonard. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. He can't get it to go. And it's the Nets taking it the other way.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Jackson passes to Batum. Cousins trying to free himself up. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Not sure they realize it's not halftime anymore. 4 attempts, and they're still looking for their first bucket.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
And it's blocked by Jordan.
And Jordan, a defensive stalwart, crushing the opposition with his shot blocking.
And the rejection by Jackson. Kennard kicks to Leonard. And he gets it to go. Leonard's got 6 points.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Jackson against Harden. Left side, Jordan. And here's Harris from the arc. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Nets lead by 7.
Man, how many times do we see DJ just devastate teams with dunks like that?
Leonard draws the double. Dishes to Cousins. Here's Batum. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. 6 points for Nicholas Batum.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
On the wing, Irving. Kennard covering. Harden against Jackson. Here's Jordan. And no good. But close on that one, so he'll shoot 2.
And the sheer size of Jordan is just so tough for defenders sometimes to deal with. Skilled at picking up the foul there.
So for the Nets, Green, he's checked in for Griffin. Durant comes in for Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for Irving. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. And it's Rondo in the corner. Zubac's in the post. Brown's there. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Zubac.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Harden, no good.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively. He made a great decision there to push the basketball up. Excellent teamwork.
55 seconds left to play in the third. Durant deciding where to go with it. And the Nets miss again.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, when Rondo gets motivated, and we've seen that now for a good stretch, he's as valuable as it gets.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Johnson in for James Harden. Claxton. That shot, no good. Nice D from Cousins. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And, guys, they put the defense on the defensive. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Outside, KD. The dish to Brown. Back to Durant. Batum with the steal. Here's Rondo. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And now that we've got...
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Los Angeles on top, ending the third quarter on a 12-4 run. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Rajon Rondo is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Batum in at the 5. Here's George. They get a hand on it. Here's Shamet. Lays it up off the glass. And the Nets lead by 3.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
And George, here we go. Count that one.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Passes it to Bryant. The Nets working the ball around now. Snatched away. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. Beverly, the pass to Man. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Here's KD. Changes up. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Morris is checked in. Outside Irving. Down low. Jordan kicks to Irving. Shot clock at 6. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
Now just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
To the inside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Free throw good for Morris.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender and rebounder.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Harden the pass to Irving. Back to Harden. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Nets lead by 4.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
Beverly dishes to Morris. Beyond the arc. And the Clippers miss again. Nets leading by 4. And so they foul intentionally. Clippers on defense. Irving for 3. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. And here's George. Banked in off the glass. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Paul George stepping up big time.
Harden with it. It's Durant on the wing. Offensive rebound.
DeAndre Jordan has seen these moments before. Not usually the guy called upon, but, man, delivering in a big spot.
Outside, George. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Back to Harden. And Harden with the stop.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
George passes to Zubac. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Stolen by Jackson. Morris kicks to George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Back to George. To tie it up. Got it. He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Pass to Harden.
why he's an elite ball handler, absolutely cutting the D to pieces with his move.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Griffin's checked in. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Harden outside. Jordan the pass to Harris. On the wing, Irving. Here's Jordan. It falls.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Harden outside. Left side, Harris. Over Jackson. No good there. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. We bring you tonight in. And
Kevin, thanks.
he stays working and stays true. David, thank you. So the next starting five. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Griffin. And it's Harris in at the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. So I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after it. In addition to his strength, Harden has deceptive quickness. He just has this unique knack to get by whoever's guarding him because he's strong and crafty.
Now here's Lillard. Passes it to Covington. James Harden with the rebound. The Nets on offense. Irving passes to Harden. Back to Irving. Shoots from 12. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Kicks it out to McCollum. Back to Covington. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Outside Irving. Harden the pass to Irving. Lobs it up for Jordan. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Boy, Jordan is an alley-oop specialist, a big target with strength and bounce.
Lillard attacking, and it goes down 2 points.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Irving. Jordan with it. Back to Irving. From deep. C.J. McCollum with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And the rejection by Harden. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. It's McCollum on the wing, covered by Irving. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And with that great handle and high basketball IQ, McCollum remains a lethal pick-and-roll option.
Fires from 18. Offensive rebound. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Here's Lillard. Kicks it out to McCollum. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And a change for the Nets. Green's checked in. Cantor dishes to Carmelo. Goes up again. Pass to Powell. Three-pointer. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Chalk up two there.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
Trailblazers trail by 4. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Pulls up. Here's McCollum. The putback, and Cantor able to finish.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
But only if you grind hard enough to get yourself in tight before the shot goes up, guys. You got to get your work done before the shot is attempted.
And that's just too easy. When Griffin gets to that area of the floor, expect him to finish.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. And that one is stuffed right through.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Those defenders just looked a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Pass to Simons. Green with the block. And Portland making a change here. Jones is checked in. The Nets also changing it up. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Joe Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for Kyrie Irving. Now, here is Harden. That one falls. Harden's got 6.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
It's a hand on it, and staying with the play, Anthony.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Boy, that's an example of Durant's basketball IQ and awareness, both platinum level.
Broke loose, and so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We come back right after this. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked.
I know that when the main guy,
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nets.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And also like the attack off the bounce. I mean, they're taking the initiative here in terms of getting into the lane and forcing the defense to collapse.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Green. Landry Shamet is out there with Brown. And it's Durant. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Anthony can't hit. Nets leading by 4. Outside, Green. Back to Shamet. The wide open look for Durant. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And here are the Trailblazers. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. You know, Greg, you probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for McCollum. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons. Here's Brown. The Nets working the ball around now. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Green. And again, it's the Nets missing. Portland trailing here. Here's Jones. Can't tie it up as that one misses. For Brooklyn, they've gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. KD passes to Claxton. Durant kicks to Shamet. Here's Claxton, defended by Jones. Claxton, no good. Shamet with the steal. And the shot is good. And the Nets lead by 4. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Anthony finds Lillard. From past the arc. Drops in the tray. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Now here's Durant. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Yes, that goes in.
Yeah, Durant and his teammates really in sync. I mean, helping each other out, facilitating for each other. That basket there, a real team effort.
And as expected, Kevin Durant sitting out all of last season, recovering from the Achilles injury. Glad to see him back on the floor.
I agree with you, and it was absolutely a no-brainer for Kevin to sit out the season. That type of injury, you give it all the time you need, and the Nets knew that. They knew when the deal was done that he was going to most likely miss the season. And yet, they did the right thing, and when you have a guy like KD, you want to make sure you're not rushing him back. You want him fully ready when it's time for him to go.
And Lillard kicks to Hollis Jefferson. Anthony left side. It's stolen by Green. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Shamet the pass to Green. Here's Claxton. Excellent D from Cancer. Trailblazers trail by 3. There's Hollis Jefferson, and Durant sends it back.
That extraordinary reach combined with good timing makes Durant a real threat as a shot blocker.
They get it again. Cantor. Brown the pass to Shamet. KD against Jones. Durant, that's good. Durant's got 4 this quarter.
What a unique combination of height, athleticism, and ball skills. Durant can make some unbelievable finishes because of it.
Now here's Lillard. 5 points in the game. And Portland with another turnover here. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Powell, he's checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Derrick Jones. Here's Harden on the wing. He's guarded by McCollum. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Harden. 6 points for him. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Phenomenal body control from Harden. Superb at just knifing inside and forcing the defense to whack it.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
McCollum outside. Can they get it? And that's 2 points on the layup.
Never seems to shy away from playing in attack mode. McCollum likes to keep the pressure on the D.
And some good action through the first. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They lead by 5. Kenny, give us your team. And that does it for our half.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the center. Now here is Harris after the miss from Damian Lillard, and the basket by Harris.
You know, this is where Harris is most dangerous, one of the very best from behind the arc. His eyes light up when he gets these long-distance chances.
Now here's Lillard. He has 5. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
And when Lillard sees an opening, he takes full advantage. Skilled at drawing contact.
You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Here's Nurkic after the basket by Brooklyn. Now here's McCollum.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Harden dishes to Irving. Back to Harden. And the pass to Irving. Down low. Nurkic with the steal. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Powell and the dunk by Powell.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Harden bounce pass. Here's Jordan. Great D that time from Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 6. A 3 from McCollum. James Harden with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
For Portland, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And it's McCollum off the drive. Pass to Powell. Lillard with it. Covington with it. Defended by Griffin. Clock at 6. The shot by Lillard. Wide open. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Here's Harden. And it's Harden slamming it down.
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
Lillard from outside. Hands it from downtown. Lillard's got 9 points now in the quarter.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Here's Harden. Nurkic with the block. And now Covington running the floor all by himself.
Boy, I love to see Covington blast off the floor. He's so good at reading angles and making himself a target in transition.
On the wing, Irving. Shot, high post. Doesn't go for him. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. McCollum passes to Covington. Kicks it out to McCollum. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter. Lillard against Irving. For the lead. Misses off the left iron. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Nets. To the middle. Here's Jordan.
You know, Jordan's...
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Nets out in front, leading by a point. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Luwawu. Johnson is out there with Brown. And there's Green. And it's Durant in at the fourth. Durant kicks to Johnson. Anthony against KD. And finished off by KD.
Just way too much length at the rim to contest. Durant is in a league of his own offensively.
Simons surveying the D. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Back to KD. The 19-foot shot. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. KD's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, that's virtually impossible to defend. I mean, with Durant's length, those long arms, and the high arcing shot that he shoots, the best you can do as a defender is challenge him and hope he misses.
It's stolen by Green, and here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Lobbed up there for Durant. It's deflected. Here's Simons. On the wing, Jones. Inside, got a piece of it. It's stolen by Green. Durant against Anthony, and finished off by KD.
Well, that dribble gives KD the momentum he needs, and you can see his teammates already loading up with smiles as he explodes to the cup.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Brown kicks to KD. Back to Brown. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Over Anthony. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. Now it's a 5-point Nets lead. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Nets.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
And the first one at the line is good. So for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Powell in for Derek Jones. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Durant. Joe Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. Irving's checked in for Brown. And it's James Harden in for Johnson. Outside Irving. Pass to Harris. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Harris has been in these situations before. He's a veteran player and very calm taking the big shots.
Okay, time now for an injury report.
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer for the Nets was able to update me on the situation. He said that he does have a broken nose. It's definitely a painful injury, but not a worst-case scenario.
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling. Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Blake Griffin pulls it in.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Bounce pass from Jordan. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Jordan. And the Nets lead by 10.
I've got a word for Harden. It's indefatigable. Say that real fast. Which basically means he's tireless. Even when he's carrying the whole offense. He's got great energy and stamina.
Kicks it out to McCollum. They need this. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss.
The defense there got away with a major lapse. And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Nets.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for James Harden.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Jordan finds Harden. From deep. And the rebound by Nurkic. Here's McCollum. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
And so it's Brooklyn with the win. They came in here and took care of business. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. There's a look at downtown Los Angeles. And with
well, guys, I'm very familiar.
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Nurkic, and it's Jones in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, we've got Marcus Morris. Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. And the basket by McCollum. Indoors tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game. So let's see how this plays out.
And the shot goes in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Lillard after the basket by Los Angeles. Outside Anthony. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Now the pass to Zubac. Leonard inside, defended by Jones, and there it is for him.
Kawhi Leonard from the restricted area. Turn the lights out.
Now here's Lillard. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. McCollum finds Lillard for 3. Nurkic, it's good on the putback.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Now here's Jackson. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw this game.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And it's Leonard missing.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard against Morris. Lillard, the pass to Jones. Just 5 on the clock. Portland needs to get off a shot. Lillard misses. Clippers leading by 3. Here's George. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
Lillard scanning the floor. Anthony kicks to Nurkic. To the paint. McCollum finds Anthony. Portland again missing. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. Leonard the pass to Morris. And it's good, 2 points.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Lillard outside. Stolen by Zubac. Here's Jackson. Finished off the break. Jackson's got 5 now.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Lillard attacking. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Los Angeles leading by 9. Nobody near George. Gets the three-pointer to fall. George has got his second basket.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
To the middle. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. The Clippers have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throw.
It's his first trip to the line.
And taking a look back at last year's numbers, he's about a 76% shooter.
First free throw is good.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
From deep, George. C.J. McCollum with the rebound. Trailblazers trail by 14. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Good on the shot.
Pretty dime there. The kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
George with the ball. 8 points for him. He got it up. He beat the buzzer!
Delivery at the buzzer. That is beautifully done.
That's a miracle. Are you kidding?
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their...
When I'm training in the summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers guys.
The offense firing on all cylinders. They dominated that first period.
That's exactly the start you want. You take complete command. Now you've got to maintain that focus.
On the court for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Norman Powell. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. Kennard finds Beverly. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Back to Kennard. There's 3-pointers off the mark.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Kanter, the pass to Covington. Powell dishes to McCollum. Corner shot. Cousins pulls it in. Clippers leading by 15. There's the lob to the hoop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's McCollum. Here's Powell. It's tipped. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. That's tipped, so it's Portland now. It's Powell on the wing. Pass to Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
Get up, Mr. Covington. That is a very quick riser.
LA's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second.
Well, Norman Powell, these last several seasons, has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And obviously last season, much more involved on the offensive end. And that, to me, was his best performance to date.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Beverly. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to Kennard. Now Cousins. He's covered by Kanter. Cousins, no good.
And with Powell, they rely on his shooting to open things up for everyone else.
Yeah, and for Norman Powell, he knows what he's about and welcomes that role. This is a guy who understands how to relocate in the midst of plays to create separation from defenders. He's always ready in catch-and-shoot situations.
Covington against Batum. Good D by Covington. Trailblazers trail by 9. A floater, and no problem from Powell as he finishes at the rim.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Kennard against McCollum. And Covington sends it back.
So disruptive at the defensive end. Look in the box score, and Covington will be the source of blocks and steals consistently.
And Portland making a change here. Giles is checked in. Kennard kicks to Morris. Leonard, that's for 2. Here's Zubac. 3 on the clock. Leonard with the ball. Cantor cover. And it's Leonard missing. And here's Portland. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Powell for 3. Up again. And Cantor able to finish. And now it's only a 5-point Clipper lead.
I love the hustle and the heart with which Enes Kanter plays. This guy is a terror on the offensive glass.
Here's Morris. And Leonard has it in the corner. On the money from 12 feet away.
Well, efficiency from the mid-range has always been a part of Kawhi Leonard's game.
1:07 left in the first half of the game. Outside, Covington. Passes it to Giles. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Zubac finds Leonard. Outside for Rondo. 44 seconds left in the second quarter. Count that one.
If he's one thing, he's efficient in the paint. Rondo really good with the positioning there close to the basket.
Powell with it. Leonard picks him up. All by himself. Here's Morris. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Morris has got his second bucket.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's the pass to Giles. Takes it out to Covington. A three-pointer is right on target. Covington's got 5.
Let's remember, Robert Covington is a guy who has hit over 200 three-point shots in the season. You better guard him from out there.
Here's Zubac. Good, nice job down low. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense. That's just wait.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq, an outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 11 points and 1 rebound. And that does it for our...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. It's been one outstanding game from George.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Jackson. And it's Zubac in at the 5. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Again, Los Angeles. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those 2 guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Go figure is right. It's Jackson with the drive. Yep, that one goes in there. He has 7.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Jackson against Lillard. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Here's Jackson. Morris right side. Outside for Jackson. Back to Morris. 5 to shoot. Here's Zubats. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Morris inside. Anthony on him. Jackson passes to Morris. The 3 from George. Offensive rebound. Here's Zubats. George dishes to Jackson. Now Leonard. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. Here's McCollum. And again, it's Portland converting.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Outside, George. Los Angeles with another miss. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. They trail by 6. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar. And I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Jackson against Lillard. 18 feet out. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Lillard's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, you have to like that he's still getting quality touches and delivering now after getting blanked in the first half.
And a deep 3 from George. But they'll get another chance. Leonard kicks to Jackson. Pass to Morris. Clippers moving the ball around. Back to Zubats. To the inside. And contact on the shots. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here's Simons. There's the dish to Powell. Pass to Simons. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Simons has got his second basket of the game. And here's Beverly. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Well, Patrick Beverly puts it on the deck, drives to the cup, and will get to the free throw line.
The Clippers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Both free throws good from Beverly. And here are the Trailblazers now. It's a 10-point game. Here's Simons, covered by Morris.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. And Beverly kicks to Cousins. Pass to Mann. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
Well, you love it. DeMarcus Cousins drawing the defensive attention and still has the court awareness to make the play.
Here's Simons. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the... And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, they've got Powell. Robert Covington out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Lillard in at the point. Here's Rondo. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 12.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Lillard against Rondo. The 17-footer. Rebound by the Clippers. Beverly feeling it out a bit. Baseline jumper. And that one goes long.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
To the wing right side. Nobody near Lillard. Gets a very good look and converts.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a poor first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
Powell against Beverly. Outside for Rondo. Batum against Covington. Now here's Batum. He's guarded closely. Good D by Covington. Here's Powell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
See, the athleticism of Norman Powell is a problem. This guy understands how to get defenders committed to him.
The free throw drops for Powell. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Portland also making some changes. Nurkic checked in for Kanter, and Jones subbed in for Robert Covington.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
On the wing, Jackson, covered by Lillard. Jackson passes to Cousins. Back to Jackson. Down low, Morris. Not going to go that time. Great D that time from Nurkic. Anthony with it. He's picked up by Cousins. Kicks it out to Lillard. Inside. Anthony, the pass to Jones. And Nurkic has it in the corner. Over Cousins. Portland again missing.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
George against Powell. George, no good. Trailblazers trail by 8. And now Portland on the break. And the rejection by Leonard.
Well, tremendous intimidation and shot blocking by Kawhi Leonard. How nice is that?
The Clippers have gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the fourth. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Lillard outside. The pass to Anthony. Jones kicks to Powell. Lillard against Jackson. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Fires from deep. No good on that one. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Here's Cousins. Off target from 3-point range.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
A 3 from Leonard. at the tip, and the second chance effort by Jackson. And now a 10-point Los Angeles lead.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Zubats is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Andre Hollis-Jefferson. Oh!
My goodness.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Up top, Leonard, defended by Jones. Takes the turnaround Jay, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Clippers.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Reggie Jackson.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Nurkic controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. So the Clippers winning this. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it. The Staples Center downtown line. So the next starting five. Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Durant in at the 4 slot. And for the Clippers, they've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Now here's Harden. And the jam by Harden.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
George looking around, takes the three. They get the rebound. Morris passes to Leonard. And a missed layup. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And a wide open look for Irving. Great look, but off the mark.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Here's Irving. Paul George making his last shot. Pass to Harris. Left side Durant. Back to Harris. To the middle. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And finished off by KD.
Well, maybe not the highest of flyers, Durant, but because of his reach, it's so easy for him to win above the rim.
George against Irving. A nice shot by George.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now here's Harden. Outside, KD. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. Durant's got 5.
From way, way downtown, Durant truly knows no limits.
Zubac the pass to Morris. Back to Zubac. On the wing, Jackson. Back to Zubac. The three from George. That doesn't go either for George. The Nets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And Harris wide open. He shoots. He goes up again. The kick out to Irving. The three-pointer no good. The Clippers trail. Here's Leonard. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
Harden dishes to Irving. Passes it to Harris from the arc. The Clippers grab the miss. Morris has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Leonard and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And don't give a cerebral player like Leonard that kind of opening. He'll read that gap.
Harris outside. This one for 3. Harris missing again. Clippers leading by 3. Back to Leonard. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. 8 points for him.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Jordan high post. It's hauled in by Zubac. The Clippers have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center. Kevin Durant, over the past couple seasons, has been in the top 5 as the best mid-range shooters in the league.
Back to George. Fires for 3. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. George has got 7 points. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Irving passes to Jordan. Knocks it loose. From the baseline. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Irving against George. Down low. Morris with the bucket.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Harden surveying the D. And Harden with the stuff.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we'll be back with you shortly. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at center. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Outside Jordan. To the paint. Here's Claxton. The kick out to Irving. Over George. Irving can't hit.
He's got so many ways to score in the post. Just nifty, uses fakes. You have to have a body on him every time he's down there.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Harden against Beverley. Stolen by Zubac. At the elbow, it's George. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. George has got the lead up to 12 now for the Clippers. The pass to Irving. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Irving's got his first points of the game.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Harden against George. Morris dishes to George. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
I can understand both of those.
Yes.
Green, the pass to Johnson. The dish to Griffin. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Hard not to like Blake Griffin when he's doing things like that, looking to throw it down every time around the rim.
Batum scanning the floor. He dishes it to George. The three. He's off on that one. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The NBA continues to build international academies to develop prospects from other countries. Already, academy graduates are playing Division I college basketball. And before long, NBA players should start emerging from that pipeline. The league continues to reach out to find overlooked youngsters who have a gift and give them the opportunity. Guys?
Outstanding, David. Thank you.
Okay, two of the easiest points that Cousins is going to have, but in fine fashion with the big throwdown.
Here's Durant on the jam by Kevin Durant.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. And Cousins kicks to Beverley. Back to Cousins. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
It takes a lot more than that to stop DeMarcus Cousins. He is a huge presence, and he answers every defensive challenge they pose.
Now here's Durant. He's guarded closely. The Nets working the ball around now. And it's Green missing. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 15-6 run. This shot by George, wide open. Sinks the triple. George has got 15.
making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Here's KD, and then Durant with the dunk.
Crazy long strides there from KD. Once he gets by you on the drive, see you later.
Outside, George. Over Griffin. Another one falls for the Clippers.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Brooklyn. It's an 18-point game. Brown dishes to Griffin. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Griffin's got 4 this quarter.
Well, though he spends a lot more time, at least in recent seasons, on the perimeter, Griffin's bread and butter still can be around the rim.
And George, here we go. Great tee that time from Green.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor. Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Paul George, he's been the guy making.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basket. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He ended up with 17 points.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Jordan. Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving in at the 2.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Over Harris, and Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Morris. Morris has got his 4th assist in this one. Here is Harden. From the wing. Kennard with the rebound. Los Angeles leading by 16. Out to Morris. Kennard with the ball. Picked up by Harris. Jackson looking around. 5 on the clock. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Harden. And here's Harris from the arc. It's good from long range. Harris has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Kennard, the pass to Zubac. To the inside, Morris goes up and lays it nice and easy. Morris has got 6.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you. Inside, outside, and in transition.
Here's Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for the Clippers. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Claxton's checked in. Jackson down low. He's covered by Irving. Good. And the Clippers lead by 14.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And that one's good, Irving.
Well, he's seeing everything right now. Fantastic job pulling the trigger when he's open.
Jackson against Irving. Outside Leonard. To the right side. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. This is his first free throw of the game. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Harden against Beverly. Down low. Cousins, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Irving's shot is good.
You got to stay in front of Kyrie Irving at all times. Yeah, I said it here from the sidelines. Try doing it out there on the floor.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Beverly against Harden, and that one's good. Beverly.
Yeah, kind of tough on the defense when you let Beverly beat you on the inside. That can get his confidence going from the outside. So damage from the paint that time.
Harden the pass to Claxton. Right side Irving. Harden outside. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Brown. Rebound by the Clippers. They led by as many as 18 points. Harden against Beverly. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Harden. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And Harden with the stuff.
And that's a nice job defensively from Harden. I mean, he's capable of these kinds of plays when the guy is engaged and active.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Green. Luwawu Cabarrot, he's checked in for Kyrie Irving. And it's Johnson in for James Harden. KD with it. 13 points in the game. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's Durant, and then Durant with the dunk.
You know, with KD, there's just not a spot on the floor where once he gets it, you don't feel like he's confident and comfortable to score. Tonight, inflicting some serious pain.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Batuma's out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Rondo in at the 1. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And KD sets up those crossovers as a big 7-footer. He handles the ball so well, and that's a great decision out of a pick-and-roll set.
Now, here's George. Pass to Batum. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 5 assists in the game. And here's Brown. He kicks it to Green. Back to Brown. Pass to Harris. Over in the corner, Green. Brown outside. 6 on the shot clock. Shot from the wing. Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Durant.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Here's George. Offside, Batum. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Zubats is checked in for Los Angeles. Jackson comes in for Rajon Rondo. The Nets also changing it up. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Kyrie Irving comes in for Jeff Green. And James Harden has subbed in for Brown. The shot's good from Irving.
I wish Kyrie sometimes would just dribble out the 24-second shot clock. It's so fun to watch him on the handle.
Leonard inside. Harris is there. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Both good from the line that time. Nets trail by 10. Now Harden. KD on the wing. Out to Harris. Outside Jordan. Back to Harris. Shot clock at 5. Here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
And Harden proving why he's an elite ball handler. Absolutely cutting the D to pieces with his move.
Outside, George. Passes it to Zubats. Now the feed to Morris. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 10.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Harden kicks to Harris. Offline with his 3. Los Angeles leading by 10. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. And here we go. Harris, nobody back. Can't hit from 12. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They led by as many as 18 points.
Count on Kawhi Leonard to work as much as he needs to get to the spots on the floor where he can be successful. He's a good shooter from mid-range.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Baseline J on the way. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Harden. Here's George. Outside Jackson. Back to George. The baseline J. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Now, which ways tonight has Paul George not made an impact in this game? A one-man wrecking crew.
1:09 left to play in the final quarter. Irving can't get it to go. Los Angeles leading by 12.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Clippers.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for George.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
And here are the Clippers, leading by 12. Leonard, no luck. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Irving kicks to Jordan. Uncovered. They get it back. Puts up a 3, and that's good. Kyrie Irving for 3. Irving's got it back down to within single digits for the Nets. 7 seconds left in the 4th quarter. George from deep three-point land tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. So the Clippers with the... All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it. some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. And for the Nets, Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Joe Harris, and it's Durant, and it's Jordan in at the 5 spot. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch.
Here's Harden, and Covington sends it back. In the corner, Powell with it. Off target with his 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Harden from down in the low post. It goes.
He's not just an outside threat. Harden's a player who can score from anywhere.
McCollum outside. Nurkic finds McCollum. Kicks it out to Covington. 6 to shoot. In the corner, Powell with it. Here's McCollum. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
What poise from the veteran guard. I love how calm McCollum is when the pressure is on.
Here's Harden. And there's the feed to Harris. Back to Harden. Shoots over Lillard. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Harris.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
McCollum, no good. Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's KD. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Out to the right wing. Lillard against Harden. Covington dishes to Nurkic. Lillard from outside. The offensive rebound. Nurkic the pass to Covington. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. Irving kicks to Jordan. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And that's good. Kevin Durant for 3.
You must know that Durant is looking to score off the pass. He has such a quick trigger.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. They trail by 3. And it's in there.
They found exactly the shot they wanted. I mean, they'll take that every time.
Nets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Harden the pass to Irving. .151 left to play in the first. Jordan, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders in the league.
Now here's Lillard. Passes it to McCollum. Pass to Covington. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player, can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Joe Harris. And it's Brown in for James Harden.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor has been much maligned for his work at that end. He's been making a better effort.
The shot by Powell, no good.
A little surprised he took the jump shot with nobody around him. He could have attacked the basket.
Durant, the step back jumper is good. KD's got 5.
His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish you.
Simons, the pass to Anthony. Over Brown. Anthony against Brown. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Durant with a wide open look. The rebound by Simons. Trailblazers trail by 3. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And there's Enes Kanter on the assist from Covington.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
And here is Durant. 5 points in the game. On the wing, Irving. The 3 ball sinks the 3-pointer. Here's Simons. And that one released in time, but no good. And that does it for the first quarter. Nets lead by 4. We'll take a quick... Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he's...
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from...
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. We've got Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then it's Jones. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. And Brooklyn making a change here. Johnson's checked in.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Pass to Griffin. On the wing, Johnson. Shot clock at 6. And the pass to Shamet. Got a hand on it. Outside Anthony. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Kanter can't tie it up as that one's no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Claxton the pass to Johnson. Here's Claxton. Excellent D there from Anthony. Portland trailing here. Passes it to Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Hollis-Jefferson with the jam.
He gives up a lot of size to most other power forwards, but not too many of them can fly like he can. Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. He looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
Brown the pass to Griffin. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Griffin's got his first bucket in this one.
And it's easy to admire Griffin's game. He's excellent at absorbing the hit and muscling his way through contact.
Jones against Griffin. Jones, no luck.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Pass to Kanter. Back to Jones. Griffin with the steal. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. And foul on the shot. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
I mean, he's a terrific decision maker in the pick and roll. You think about it, Blake Griffin excels at threatening it around the defense.
Simons, the pass to Anthony, kicks to Cantor. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
The Nets with the lead. Pass to Shamet. We've got 1:08 left to play here in the second quarter. 6 on the shot clock. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Simons. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Here's Brown. Doesn't go that time. For Portland, they've gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. There's the pass to Anthony. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Here's Shamet. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Brown wide open. He fires. And a miss there on the triple. Outside Anthony. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They had a 4-point advantage at the end.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. We've got Jordan. Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's KD in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Harden the pass to KD. Lets it go from deep. No good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Here's McCollum. No good that time. Good D by Irving. And KD's got the ball here for the Nets. A 2-point game.
Oh, and Harden is so quick to the cup, just exposing the weak defense with his speed.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a 2-move torture chamber.
Passes to Irving. Back to Harden. And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted 3-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their 3-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
Powell dishes to Lillard. He kicks to McCollum. To the paint. Here's Nurkic. And misses it off the right side of the rim. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Irving with a clean look. Good. And Harris gets the assist. And now a 3-point Nets lead.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well. They're getting some good shots. Now, that makes them 3 for 4 from the field this halftime.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, Lillard is capable of getting up to slam it home. You better keep him out of the paint.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Harden the pass to Irving. And good that time. Irving's got 10.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Trailblazers trail by 3. McCollum outside. Now here's Nurkic. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lillard from outside. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Irving from long range. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
McCollum, and he banks in the layup. McCollum's got 4 points this quarter.
And McCollum is remarkably quick. Love seeing him put it on the deck and finish at the rim.
Pass to Irving. We've got 1:23 left to play here in the third. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him. James Harden with the rebound. Outside for Jordan. On the wing, Irving. He's guarded by McCollum. And slam dunk by Jordan.
And that's what Jordan does best. An extremely lethal dunker.
A shot by Lillard, wide open. The Trailblazers rebound. And another shot. Good D by Harden.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Just off his game, forcing a few shots, not letting the game come to him naturally.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Covington against Irving. Dishes to Jordan. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Knocks down the 3 ball. And it's a 9-point Nets lead.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
They came out the locker room refreshed. I mean, they've been the stronger team since halftime, no doubt.
What a performance. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Trailblazers trail by 9. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the floor for Portland. Clearing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Jones. And it's Cantor in at the 5, roaming the paint.
You're dealing with a lot when you're guarding Cantor. Big frame, good moves, good feet, good finisher, and doesn't mind the physical battles.
Brooklyn leading by 6. Brown outside. To the middle. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Cantor. And now Portland on the break. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Landry Shamet comes in for Tyler Johnson. Anthony, the pass to Simons. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Brown. A nice shot by Simons. Here's KD. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Nets lead by 6.
Can't allow that kind of positioning, especially for a guy like Durant. He's so effective with his length inside.
Cantor kicks to Jones. And Griffin sends it back. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. So for the Trailblazers, McCollum's checked in for Jones, and Lillard subbed in for Anfernee Simons. Lillard misses.
Can't do anything to fall, but it hasn't gotten him down. I mean, he's still gunning. I guess he's still trying to contribute.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
And Lillard throws it down.
Now, what more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother him.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Durant for 3. Lillard with the rebound.
He's done almost no damage from three-point range in this game. No threes in this half, and only 1 in the first.
Cullen passes to Lillard. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And now just a 3-point Nets lead.
He's been a different player since halftime, coming on strong.
Brown inside, covered by Lillard. And Griffin scores. The assist by Brown. Brown's got 4 assists in the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Lillard, and again it's Portland converting.
That's why you give Lillard the rock. When it's an important possession, you know he's going to rise to the occasion.
Feeds to Griffin. Back to Brown. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Clock at 6. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Joe Harris comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Landry Shamet. And James Harden has subbed in for Brown.
I love the show of confidence. Durant showing his greatness in key situations.
Right wing. Lillard against Harden. Lillard surveying the D. From deep. Rebounded by the Nets.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case, man. Somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Durant for 3. Again, Durant missing.
Oh, when the D forgets about him on the perimeter, they're playing with fire. Lucky they don't get burned here.
Near the 3-point line, it's McCollum. Jordan with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Here's Irving. Good D by Covington.
A fantastic effort on D to get up in his face and deny the layup.
McCollum no good. And they are in the driver's seat.
Yes, they are. If they come away with points on this trip, Katie bar the door.
Durant in the corner. Lets it go with a 3. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
Pass to Irving. From deep 3-point range, that one misses. Powell, no one around him. They get it back. Cantor. Powell kicks to McCollum. 3-pointer. No good. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. Even early on in this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to... Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 4. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Jones. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Now, here's Lillard. 5 to shoot. Stolen by George. Leonard against Jones. Morris. Covington with the steal. It's tipped. Now Lillard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. George looking around. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. And a wide open look for McCollum. Off target from outside. Here's the Clippers. Morris into the lane. Here's Jackson, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
When Jackson can't get all the way to the rim, this is his go-to. Shoots for a decent percentage from mid-range.
Lillard dishes to Jones. Back to Lillard. Jacks up a 3. No good. Shot missing. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Jackson passes to Leonard. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Lillard finds McCollum. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And the layup is good.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. McCollum against George. To the left side wing. Shoots from 8. And the rebound by Nurkic. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. McCollum passes to Jones. Leonard with the steal. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. Cantor checked in for Portland. Anthony comes in for Jones. And then for Los Angeles, DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Zubac. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Powell, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Here's Cantor. Here's Anthony. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And Portland making a change here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. Los Angeles making a switch here. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Beverly, the pass to Batum, takes the 13-footer, and it's Portland with the rebound.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
Hollis Jefferson can't hit. For Los Angeles, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes.
Anthony against Kennard. Inside, Batum hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Stolen by Beverly. Here's Mann. He gets it in there.
Every organization needs team-first guys like Patrick Beverly. That's a terrific pass.
Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. Down low. Cantor, the pass to Simons. Moves back up. Cantor kicks to Anthony. It's Powell on the wing. Kennard covering. 4 on the shot clock. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And just using the natural advantage he has, he can see over the top of the defense.
And let's also add, he has touch from there. That's a solid shot for him.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Clippers. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he deals.
I look to the times where
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Powell is out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2-guard. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Here's Lillard. And with the rebound. Los Angeles leading by 3. To the paint. Here's Cousins. Shoots over Kanter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Enes Kanter.
Why does the pump fake work? Because of DeMarcus Cousins' ability to score at all 3 levels. The defender knows he has to close hard to have a chance.
Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Damian Lillard. Anthony dishes to Powell. Pass to Simons. Back to Powell. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
And I don't care what his size is, you cannot forget to box him out. He's just got a nose for the ball, and he is fearless in attacking the glass.
Kennard, the pass to Mann. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
Simons surveying the D. Here's Powell. Kept alive. And Kanter able to finish.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
Kennard against Powell. Here's Batum. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant. And
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great, great human being.
Rondo against Lillard. Releases from 15. Another shot. Nurkic kicks to Covington. McCollum outside. Over George. Tips it. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
George against McCollum. George dishes to Leonard. George against McCollum. And George, here we go. And that one's drained from the low block. George has got his first 2 points.
So smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
Lillard the pass to McCollum. And there's a minute 45 left now here in the second. Covington in the corner. That one's not going to go. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Back to George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Jones is checked in. The Clippers also changing it up. Ivica Zubac has checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. Back to Lillard. Stolen by Zubac. And Leonard has it in the corner. And the Clippers miss again.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
George passes to Zubac. That shot misses. And it's Portland the other way. Here's Lillard. And that comes off the assist by Jones. And it's now only a 1-point Los Angeles lead. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half. And he comes up with the deuce.
Able to switch gears at a moment's notice. Jackson beating his man off the dribble.
Lillard with it. McCollum outside. Here is Lillard. McCollum finds Lillard. Count that bucket. Lillard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Here's George. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball. Follow
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At its highest, their lead. And that'll...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Portland trailing here. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the 1. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. For the lead, buries the long-range jumper. McCollum's got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Leonard trying to break free, and the basket is good. George has got 6.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
Lillard attacking. Here's Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Zubac finds Jackson. Nurkic with the block.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
McCollum, no good.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take an almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Cousins is checked in. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Powell. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Powell's got his first basket.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Cousins, the pass to Leonard. Kicks it to George. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Proving how dangerous he is. Give George these looks, and he'll knock him down.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Outside Anthony, all alone. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Just crushing it here. 80% to start the half.
Clippers trail by 4. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Feeds to Cousins. Morris, left side. And that one, good.
And right there you see an underrated aspect to Cousins' game. Terrific instincts, senses the open man.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Leonard finds Cousins. Jones drives in. Great D that time from Leonard. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. A nice shot by George.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injury slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
Cranes the three-pointer. Simons has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
How can you leave this guy that wide open? Please, that's terrible.
Here's George. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 5 rebounds tonight. It's deflected. Leonard with the steal. Cousins inside. Anthony on him. Here's Morris. Back to Cousins. 30 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Makes it off the glass.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Outside, Jones. Out to the wing. Pass to Powell. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Just 5 to shoot. Portland needs to get off a shot. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you've got to protect the ball.
Here's Beverly. Lays it up off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 1.
When he's not shooting threes, you'll find Patrick Beverly at the rim.
Stolen by Beverly. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Clippers lead by 1. And do not. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Portland, they've got McCollum. Giles is out there with Nurkic. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 2 spot. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Now the pass to Powell. Kicks it out to McCollum. Shot clock at 6. Back to Powell. Goes up the baseline. Rebound by the Clippers.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
Here's Zubac. Shoots over Nurkic. Pass to Mann. Back to Batum. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Now it's a 5-point Clipper lead.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Powell, that's good.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
And that takes skill and the ability to make adjustments as you're going up.
Batum passes to Mann. Back to Batum. To the inside. Out to the right wing. Deep 2 from Beverly. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds in the game. To the middle. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Powell.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Beverly dishes to Batum, but they get it back. Kennard on the wing. A second chance effort. Pass to Zubac. Shoots over Nurkic. They grab their own miss. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Covington kicks to Nurkic. He's looking for McCollum and finds him. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
Here's Giles, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Giles has got his first bucket in this one.
Often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Here's George. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Puts one up from 19, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And now a 3-point Trailblazer lead. Clippers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. George against McCollum. It's Jackson with the drive, and the layup's good off the glass.
This is what the team needs from Jackson. Leadership when the game heats up.
Lillard looking around. And And he makes good on the layup.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Outside, George. Over Giles. And he overshot that one, missing. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Giles has got the lead up to 5 now for Portland.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair. No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Jackson against Lillard. The feed to Cantor. 5 on the clock. And here's McCollum for 3. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
And when it matters most, the coach has the confidence that McCollum will deliver.
And here's Leonard from 3. Anthony with the defensive effort. And Portland with the ball. They're on a 17-6 run. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. It's McCollum on the wing, guarded by Jackson. Pass to Cantor. A 3 from McCollum. Nailed from three-point land. And now a 9-point Trailblazer lead.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.